We're looking at the big AAP sweep. Now, India's big bang mandates. This is not the biggest, because the biggest is 2009. Sikkim Democratic Front won all 32 seats in Sikkim. Now, many would say that's a smaller state, to that extent easier. In 2010, the Janata Dal United BJP won 206 of 243 seats in Bihar. That was a remarkable victory, more than 85% of the votes. 1991, even more staggering. AIDMK Congress combined won 225 out of 234 seats. This was Jayalalitha at her peak, which is more than 95% of the seats. 1996, DMK Congress won 221 of 234 seats. Tamil Nadu is the state which has a...
DMK Congress, DMK Tamil Manila Congress.
DMK Tamil Manila Congress. 1989, Sikkim Sangram Party again won all 32 seats. So this is really a remarkable victory on lines with those other triumphs. The big question, will the Delhi verdict then change the national picture at all? Are we going to see a change in the way national politics are fought? Seshadri Chari, are you worried by what you've seen today? Within moments of Arvind Kejriwal winning, Mamata Banerjee congratulates him, Nitish Kumar congratulates him, Lalu is celebrating, even Uddhav Thackeray, your own ally, is saying this is a tsunami. Am I to understand that we are seeing the first signs of maybe an anti-Modi coalition emerging? Whether Kejriwal is at the center of it is another matter. Are you worried that all these forces could come together, or does it not worry you at all?
No, these people will, all these disgruntled elements, I'll call them disgruntled because for various reasons. They will all come together, no doubt about it. They will all come to Delhi on 14th and 14th or 15th, whenever it is.
Yes.
They will try and get an invitation for the swearing in also. They will all be here. It will be a big show for the media also.
Yes.
All these things will happen for some time.
Yes.
But I think ultimately the elections to be fought in other states, especially West Bengal, Bihar and other places, the script is going to be different.
I take it that the script is different, but is there a fear that because Modi has become this larger than life figure, we need counterbalances, we need checks and balances, we need to bring him down a peg or two? Even a section of the BJP may want that. That's the rumor, that a section of the BJP today is as happy as maybe the Mamata. Not true?
No. I don't know what barometer you are using for it.
No, I am told that a section of the BJP wants to bring Mr. Modi down a peg or two. Am I right or wrong? And am I just engaging in gossip and speculation?
No, you're very wrong.
Very wrong. Okay.
Very wrong.
Yes, Surjit, you want to make a point on this?
Yeah, and this was the number 6 on yours.
Yeah, this was my 6th takeaway.
As to the implication. And looking at some of the people involved tells you the difficulty that the opposition will have in coalescing. Who were the Mulayam Singh Yadav, Mamata Banerjee, Lalu Prasad, Nitish Kumar.
Why doesn't Uddhav Thackeray celebrate? Why doesn't Uddhav Thackeray celebrate? Because Narendra Modi has, in a sense, brought him down in Maharashtra.
Just think, if you're thinking national,
yes,
the national, they have to have one leader.
Yes.
And if it is a coalition of these leaders, even with one leader with very different, if you will, none of them, or maybe one of them, has any sense of governance. So if governance is going to be the major thing, can you imagine Mulayam Singh Yadav being voted on for governance? Can you imagine, I'll confess, Mamata Banerjee being voted on for governance? This is the problem the opposition will have. But it makes a very exciting time. The left of center party in India will take time to evolve. Will need a coalition of interests, will need to find a leader. It is not going to be happen.
AAP is not going to let these guys, I'll be surprised if they let them come to the oath taking, because it is going to only be seen, and they want to be seen next to Arvind. And they want to go back to Bihar and say, I was hanging out with Arvind the other day. And
so do you see Arvind Kejriwal leading? Now forget about the Mulayams and the Lalus for a moment.
has to grow organically.
He becomes the counter to Modi. Right of center versus left of center.
AAP has been given one chance.
Yes.
They have not proved. If they start doing all this, it will vanish. They have to grow organically. Forget these people exist. That may be the third front's dreams. AAP is its own front.
The others bring nothing to the table. Nothing.
Matter of fact, they bring negative to the table.
I'm not saying something to please Mr. Manishankar, my good friend.
Yes.
But if at all there can be an anti-BJP poll, it can only be the Congress.
You still believe the Congress can be the only anti? Yeah, no way.
No way. I mean, it's like the classic campaign that I saw at the bottom of the pile.
That's what the BJP wish.
Where the BJP wished that हमारे party को करने दे रहे तो Congress
but in other states,
one by one. Do you see this having any impact on what happens in Bihar? Do you see this having any impact in any other state? To that extent, is Seshadri Chari right that every state election has its own context?
Yes, every state election has its own context. context, but why will a Nitish Kumar not stir to see that the Purvanchali voter here is not under the bondage of a party which is called the Lotus Party? It's not voting Kamal Chap. He is very happy that the Purvanchali here has not voted for the Kamal Chap, and therefore this may be his moment. Now the second point that I want to say is that if Mr. Nitish Kumar were somehow able to also put Mr. Lalu Yadav as a leader out of the alliance, get that core base. Remember, they're all part of the same group. It becomes for him, he's a man who has immense credibility, no charges of personal corruption, will be able to rejig himself if he's able to do that.
Can I just look at it from Modi's point of view? Mr. Modi was elected, and this is the point Chetan and others have been making, was elected in 2014 on a positive agenda that Mr. Modi was taking the BJP away from old style Hindutva and offering a new fresh brand of governance. That's what he was voted on. Now in the last 6 months, you've had Ghar Wapsi campaigns, you've had attacks on churches, you've had a sense that maybe Mr. Modi has not spoken out often enough. Do you therefore believe from Mr. Modi's perspective, that is the thing he has to worry about, more than what Mr. Kejriwal and what Mamata Banerjee and what Nitish Kumar are doing? What is he doing? What is he doing to rein in the elements within his own parivar?
I think that, amongst his supporters, they're like holding this lotus flower and, plucking on the petal, loves me not.
Yes.
They're not quite sure which way Modi is going. And that, I think, is his basic problem. He has to convince them that I am on your side.
Yes.
I am actually not a Hindu fanatic. And as you've seen what has been said, today's youth are far away from that kind of rubbish.
So you believe the message is more for Mr. Modi? You've always believed that Mr. Modi has to start speaking up.
It's not cool to support a party that does these things. It's not cool to support a party that is seen to be against Valentine's Day for, it's like...
okay, fair enough. I think he gets the message.
You're not. But your friends are.
One of the heroes of the day, Yogendra
Yadav.
Just a minute.
I mean, in 2013 you get 33%, in 2015 you get the same 33%. What has changed the percentage of the population?
Okay,
why did you get 48%?
If you are very proud,
why did you get the incremental vote? Why didn't you get the incremental middle class urban poor?
We could not have got the 24% that the Congress got.
Why?
We could not have got.
Congress was diminishing. Mr. Modi was there. He should have built the trust.
Just a minute. Why? And I'm coming to you in this.
Dalit votes would come to us only in certain stages.
Mr. Chari, just a minute. Mr. Chari, I'm going to add.
Then you cannot win. Zero. If you're only 33%, you cannot win.
We can win 33%, but we go ahead of that.
Sir, just a minute. Yogendra ji is waiting for me.
Sorry.
Chari ji, just a minute. I think the point is, and I'm going to ask you this: the incremental vote didn't come to you. It went to the Aam Aadmi Party. The Congress vote, whether it's not just minorities, it's Dalits, it's a section of the middle class. It's not only one particular community which votes for the Congress. It didn't come to you, and I'll ask you about that. But Yogendra Yadav, congratulations first on your big victory. Give us your sense. Is this victory about arithmetic? You can have your big smile. Is this victory about arithmetic, or is it about chemistry? Is it about arithmetic of a declining Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party getting the benefit, the chemistry of an Arvind Kejriwal connecting well to the masses, or a bit of both?
Rajdeep, such a big victory, such a phenomenal victory doesn't happen by these small manipulations of taking advantage of Congress's decline or something of that kind. It's just too big for that. Remember, 10 months ago we were 13% behind the BJP. And today we are 22% ahead of them. Now that's 35%, or maybe a little more actually. Now this kind of a huge swing, unheard of in history, doesn't happen by any kind of small manipulation. There is a very big change taking place here, and it's a change that we must respect and understand. First of all, it is a change at the level of Delhi. Of course, yes, it's a positive vote in Delhi. It's a positive vote for a party that presented a positive agenda, that had a constructive agenda, that has a vision, that had a leadership, and people repose their trust. At the national level, it has some implications. I do not mean to say that it's a referendum on the national government. You must have debated it already. I thought the Prime Minister went out of his way to get this verdict reflect on him, which was somewhat unnecessary and probably avoidable. I hope you can still hear me.
These are fireworks going on. These are fireworks going on,
yes,
but
yes, they are. I hope.
Yeah, no, I can hear you, but I'm just trying to understand, Yogendra. You know, I have tried to suggest that you did to the BJP in Delhi what the BJP did to the Congress nationally in the general elections. You ran a very, very clever campaign. You outmaneuvered them. You ran a positive campaign. You forced the BJP to run a negative campaign against you. Would you agree that there are similarities in a sense between Delhi 2015 and what happened at a national scale, what Modi did in May 2014?
That's a very fair point, and I'm actually surprised and stunned that the BJP did not see that. They ran a positive campaign. Congress attacked them in the Lok Sabha election, and Congress was decimated. This is exactly what they tried to do to us. We were leading a positive campaign about the future of Delhi. We gave blueprint for Delhi. We gave positives for Delhi, and they kept attacking us in ways which went meaner and meaner by the day, and by the end, as you would remember, it actually was so low-grade publicity that it simply put the people off from what they were doing. So it was not a negative vote in a limited sense. It's a positive vote because we had something positive to offer. But I must say that BJP contributed considerably towards the end in increasing the margin of our victory. The kind of advertisements they issued, the kind of strategy that they had, the manner in which the Prime Minister personally went after Arvind Kejriwal and in the process lowered the dignity of the Prime Minister's office. All this actually contributed to the margin of our victory.
But would you also accept, Yogendra, that this is primarily a Delhi phenomenon? That the demographics of Delhi, the large urban poor, the manner in which you are able to, as a smaller party, focus your volunteer base on the jhuggi jhopdis, the unauthorized colonies in the local area, that this is a Delhi phenomenon. Much like the Shiv Sena, some would say, is a Mumbai phenomenon. Are you primarily a Delhi party? Is that recognition coming? You didn't contest Haryana. Yes, you made some gains in Punjab, but little else elsewhere in the country. Are you basically a Delhi party now? A Delhi regional party?
No, certainly not, Rajdeep. We are an experiment in alternative politics at the national level. We deliberately chose Delhi as the first site of our experiment. The first experiment is still unfinished. Today is a landmark. But the ultimate ambition of this project is not to become a regional political party. If Aam Aadmi Party movement has any purpose, it is to transform the country's politics.
Is it to transform politics or replace the Congress?
Upscale overnight.
Is it to transform politics or replace the Congress as the premier left of center party of the country? Is that the long-term agenda?
Replacing the Congress is not an ambition worth entertaining. It is very much to transform the grammar of politics, to not just become one political alternative, but to become alternative politics, a principal carrier of alternate politics. We have realized, I was saying, that this cannot be done overnight. You have to consolidate in one place, then you expand, then you consolidate, then you expand. So we have to very carefully think about the roadmap in which we wish to do it. But clearly we do not wish to confine ourselves to Delhi, and the implications of this verdict are not confined to Delhi. There are national implications of the verdict.
But please tell me one state where you could go confidently today, or are you say where you could go confidently and take this model? Would you, for example, go to the Bombay Municipal Corporation elections in 2017, fight those? Give me one model where one state where you could take this model. Do you believe it's replicable?
I believe that there is nothing in this model which is only urban. It so happens that we have done better in urban areas so far, but because we have done so by addressing initially the underclass, there is no reason why it cannot go to rural areas in other places. I do not as yet have a clear roadmap. I think after this verdict we need to sit down, think carefully, and we have realized that the entire hype that was generated about our victory last time hasn't helped the party, so we wish to be very careful. We wish to develop a roadmap, but I would still insist that Aam Aadmi Party, unlike the Shiv Sena, in many ways ideologically as well, does not represent a regional or regionalist political force. There is something national out here, even if the ambition takes 10 years for us to realize. And for a large and complex country like India, maybe we should prepare for 10 years, for 15 years. But the hope that people thought had extinguished last year, the hope is alive today. That's the one big message. And the other somewhat political message of today's verdict is that the juggernaut, which seemed to be unstoppable, has stopped. It has internal meaning, it has external meaning.
Is one of those external meaning that you would share a platform with a Lalu, Nitish in Bihar? Let's be clear. Are you going to share the platform with other leaders, with a Mamata Banerjee, or you will stay away from them?
Rajdeep, that's absolutely not our politics. We were never an anti-Congress politics, which people thought we were. We are not only anti-BJP, which is what people thought. We are not anti-Congress, anti-BJP, which is what some other parties would like us to be. If we are anti the political establishment of this country, and the political establishment very much includes these ruling parties at the state level.
Okay.
If we tomorrow sit with Mr. Lalu Yadav, what kind of a right do we have to talk about honest politics, about transparency in politics? This is clearly not the Aam Aadmi plank, and getting into those old-style coalition politics is not our game in politics. That's not our scene in political life.
So you're saying you are not in a hurry anymore. You're not, going to sort of. You're willing to be patient, which governance requires, right? This time you will not be in a hurry. Am I correct?
We have learned a lot, Rajdeep. Politics is something that teaches you so much. I have personally learned so much. I think, yes, we need to, in governance also, we have learned that people do not want instant solutions. They want sure sort solutions. They want solid solutions. Right. So yes, people are willing to be tolerant, but they want things that work. People want to see a government which is true to its promises. They actually have more patience than we are willing to grant.
Can I therefore ask you in conclusion, did you really, you're a cephalogist long before you became a politician, did you expect 67? Cross your heart. You told me 50 plus when I rang you up a few days ago. 67, not in your wildest dream, surely.
Yes, Rajdeep, we, as you know, held a press conference. We said most likely scenario is 51, and we said a possible scenario is 57, not 67. And if I had said 67, I'm sure most of my colleagues would have thought I'm out of my mind. In informal conversations, I did say sky is the limit and things of that kind. But no, 67 certainly not in my wildest dream. People of Delhi has given us more than what we thought, what we wanted, what we had asked for. And now it's for us to bow our head down and to get on to work and to deliver on our promises.
In fact, the scale of the mandate should scare you. When you give such big mandates, and Mani Shankar Iyer and others know in 1984 when Rajiv got a mandate like this, it scares politicians. Chetan, you have a question for Yogendra Yadav.
Yeah, Yogendra ji, firstly congratulations, and big congratulations. I just want to ask you a side thing. Mr. Uddhav Thackeray and a couple of others have said they would like to come to the inauguration if they are invited. I just wanted to know, are you going to be inviting him?
In all fairness, the question should be asked to the future Chief Minister, and I don't wish to take all those things away from. It's probably not correct for me to comment on these things here. But yes, there have been a certain kind of, there is a certain dignified convention of politics, and I would want the Aam Aadmi Party to follow that dignified convention of politics. Elections are over, and the Prime Minister has been graceful enough to call Arvind Kejriwal to congratulate him. Right. And now the onus is on us to be graceful to move on.
Okay, well, you've got a famous victory. Mani Shankar Iyer, you want to congratulate your old friend Yogendra Yadav?
Yeah, well, congratulations, Yogendra, but my question is, would you accept the Deputy Chief Ministership of Delhi, since you are the Polonius of this organization? With you, maybe they'll succeed. Sorry. Without you, I don't think they'll succeed.
Okay, let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Yogendra, you don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that. At the moment,
didn't even hear it.
We'll wait and see.
Freudian slip.
We'll wait and see whether you join the Rajya Sabha in the future. Now the Aam Aadmi Party has...
He said he didn't hear that question of Mani Shankar Iyer.
Okay, let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. I'm going to leave it there because we've run completely out of time. Rahul Kanwal is back with plenty more. I want to thank all my panelists. I want to thank Yogendra Yadav and many others for joining us right through the day. It's been a very long day. And at the end of a long day, I've always believed the best way to lighten the mood is a song. I sometimes put it on Twitter, but today one of my colleagues in the office has penned this song, has sung it. Enjoy it, because it is a song about the common man or the muffler man. It is clearly the day of the muffler man, not of the day with the man with the 10 lakh suit. Good night, goodbye.
हाथ से, जा मेरे नाम के बिल फाड़ ले, जा मेरे नाम के बिल फाड़ ले, दम हो तो झाड़ू खाड़ दे। मैं तो कॉमन मैन, करप्शन बैन, अब दिल्ली अपनी, मोदी बेचैन।